of gin going into these marinades, but correct me if I'm wrong, the heat takes that off, doesn't it? It takes off the alcohol and leaves the flavour?
It burns, it evaporates any alcohol that will be there once it gets to the grill. So, but you want residue flavor. That's what it's all about. It's about creating flavors and creating a bigger flavor profile. Gin will do that for you.
Happily, that it certainly does. But conversely, in the cocktails, we do want a little bit of the flavour and the spirituous edge there, although not too much. So you reminded me when you were talking about responsibility earlier of a wonderful old quote. I think it's Dorothy Parker. Do you remember? 1 martini, 2 at the most, because she says 3 I'm on the floor and 4 I'm under the host. Definitely 2 is plenty. To finish off, we need a little. She out the way.
No, I don't think I'm going
to finish it off. I want to do something with a little bubbles, because I think it's always nice to have some fizz at a party. Really, you know, whether it's champagne or prosecco. These days I've taken to drinking prosecco. I'm a big prosecco fan. I find it's got a lovely lightness to it, and for summer weather and weather like this, in fact, standing next to this grill, I can believe it really is the middle of summer. It's excellent. Good reference. So I want to take our summery prosecco, mix it with our gin. Now there's a classic cocktail known as the French 75 or the Sapphire 75 as I do it. Taking lemon juice, champagne, Bombay Sapphire, a little sugar. Now this dates back to the First World War in France, but I wanted to update this a little and use some more sort of contemporary citrus. So we're going to use some lovely pink grapefruit. Okay, so it's a little softer, a little bit more approachable. Okay, would you like to make it? Oh, you've got a hand going up straight away. Come on.
I love the French 75, so.
Lovely.
It's perfect.
And just so we can tell everyone your name.
I wonder why Lorraine.
Lorraine, thank you. Everyone, it's Lorraine. Lorraine, please join me up behind the bar here. Wonderful. Thank you, Lorraine.
And Lorraine was born in France.
You were born in France.
I was born in Lorraine, France.
Oh, wonderful.
Which is why I'm Lorraine.
And now you're over here. Do you still obviously you speak French?
I used to. You don't use it a lot in Vancouver, though.
You don't pay regular trips to Montreal just to practice?
No, unfortunately.
Not these days. Okay, well look, what I'm doing for you, here we go, look, I've just pressed you some grapefruit juice, so if we can just pour a little grapefruit juice off the side there into the flute. Wonderful. We're putting in what, about an ounce, a little more than an ounce here. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect. There's some more left yet, we can put it in the other side there. These are wonderful, lovely, juicy, pale pink grapefruits. If you get the deeper, here we go, you get the deeper ruby ones, you get this gorgeous pink hue coming off there as well. Okay, but for now we've got our nice grapefruit. Here we go, empty out the empties. Let's put a little bit more in there, just for luck. Because it's a very soft juice, it doesn't add too much sourness. Okay, so there you go, so I've got a little there. And again, we're keeping the sugar down. I think it's, you know, if you think of all the old disco drinks, some of the 70s and 80s and early 90s big disco drinks, yeah, it was all about sugar, sugar, sugar. Different things, you know, grenadine in sunrise type drinks and all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think today we have to be a little more careful with what we're doing with our cocktails. Control the amount of sugar, control the amount of spirit. It's all about flavour. It really is about flavour, okay? Well, that's true. Imagine you get hyperactive at times, bouncing around. And we don't need that.
No.
So, of course, essential ingredient, an ounce of Bombay Sapphire. You'd like to throw that into one into each glass. And while you're doing that, I'll introduce you. If you go down to I don't know if any of you have seen these in your local sort of Whole Food stores and so on, the dried roses. Yeah, he's had a wonderful bouquet. You know, smell?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's
Yeah, so
pretty
you just add a
lovely.
little floral number. You know, because I think the first 2 drinks are great for guys and girls, but it's lovely to entertain your girlfriends with something it's a little classy, okay? So I'm going to throw in there. There you go, one for that. Actually, would you like to say one? Put one in the other drink. Just a little rose on top there. Okay, so it's going to add like a light rose flavour to our cocktail here. And then very simply, I've got some chilled Prosecco. Now again, you notice we're not shaking. We're not having to stir, strain, do any of this stuff. So you must make sure that the wine you're using, along with the Bombay Sapphire, is icy cold. So please pour away, pour away. It's that simple. And we just bring these flavours together in a simple manner. And then just to add.
You're supposed to be smiling.
Of course. Pouring bubbles.
Smiling.
Okay. And we're just going to add a little extra something to the nose there. We don't need to put this in the drink, but now in the skins of your citrus, and I'm sure you're aware, look, you can see all these little circles here where I've cut the fruit. Each one of those is full of delicious citrus oils, and we want some of those over the top of the drink here, just to bring the nose up. Now you have to imagine, you drink cocktails with all of your senses in one way. You know, you drink them with your eyes first. You know, you see them. It's how delicious they look. It's the feel
Are we
of a
actually
nice
gonna light
glass.
Those? Are we gonna light those rinds, sort of heat them up?
We're not going to light them quite yet. You see. See, we can do that to express the oils over the top. Just a little pinch, put it over the top. There you go. And please lift your glass a bit, because then you feel the fine glass. You bring it towards yourself to drink, and you get the beautiful aroma. Okay. So we've got all this, and then you taste it. But then, of course, not forgetting before you taste it, fifth sense. Cheers. You hear it as well. You see, it's all about the little bits. So you engage all 5 of your senses with the cocktail. This is one we call a Sapphire Barcelona. Okay.
And this is the one I was told not to miss.
Ah, and how does it taste to you?
It tastes fantastic.
You like that, you see, very easy.
I
And
love
can you
it.
believe that? No sugar in there whatsoever. It's just the lightness of the wine, the natural sort of sweet-sour combination, the beautiful sweetness of a pink grapefruit, along with our sapphire, which has got these lovely, the juniper, the spice, the angelica, and everything else.
It's beautiful. It's both sophisticated and simple.
Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying that. There you go.
I really am. Thank you very
Everyone,
much.
big hand. Thank you ever so much. Cheers. And cheers to you. Rob, how are you?